Hey, I'm Josh and welcome back to Elite Brands, where we show you how to scale your e-commerce brand to 8 figures and beyond. Today, I'm joined by Sam.
Howdy.
Who is our Meta Senior Manager. In today's video, we're going to do a deep dive on the best creatives that are killing it in 2025 within your Meta ads. This is important for you right now. Variety in your ads means that we can get in front of more customers at more efficient rates. If you have questions around how we kind of do this on scale, we shot a video, might have been 2 or 3 weeks ago, so go back in our YouTube channel and have a look at that. How we actually use these in regards to how we structure campaigns, etc. We're just going to be looking at creatives today. We want you to believe in yourself. These ads here are going to be able to be done easily by yourself without massive marketing budgets. And we've tried to make sure that, we find ads and creatives that we know work in 2025 that don't require those massive marketing budgets, so we can show you how to do it quite easily and cheaply. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create the best ads that work in 2025. So Sam, let's start with the first ad. Walk us through it.
So this is for a supplements brand. Now, the reason I picked this ad is because, well, I guess one of the trending things at the moment, or not trending, I mean, it's going to be a big part of our lives moving forward, is AI, but also like within Meta advertising, how can we harness it for creative? And there's lots of crappy creative that's being produced by AI, and it's a lot of the time it's like, we've definitely tried a lot of AI style ads, and a lot of the time they fall flat. How I see it work really well is when you can use AI to really convey a strong emotion or message. So particularly for this example here, they've used AI to be able to, show someone's body burning up inside, showing all that pain, in order to promote their supplement. Now, they wouldn't be able to show that type of, that style with taking a photo of someone. This style, using like ChatGPT or some AI tools, they've been able to actually create something that really shows the pain, and then having their product there as a solution. So this isn't, it looks very impressive, like it's all, done with CGI. So this is something that you'd be quite easily be able to create using AI.
Yeah. And then obviously, like, I would suggest this could be easily like built out within like Canva as an example. You just add text in, you overlay your product. You've got the AI background, which is cool. The other thing that's interesting to me, which again, if you're interested about this topic, we've got a video about it a couple of days ago. This is targeting a very specific kind of person. My hormones were in danger zone, not anymore. That's probably not going to be the most relevant product for me, as an example, right? It's going to be going after a very particular kind of person. Is that something that you're also finding work quite well at the moment within creative, like making sure that we are going after a specific person?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think this one, if I was to make the ad or to try on the variation of it, I would probably use that, the web says not anymore, that big call out to call out the audience. So let's say you're, I don't know, you're expecting a baby in 2025 or something like that. Like, there's just something that's really going to call out and resonate. Not anymore, I don't think really resonates too quickly. And, we know how quickly people are scrolling through the news feed. So not only to capture people's attention, but also to be able to guide Meta to know, who am I showing these ads to? Who's the right audience?
Yep. Oh, awesome. All right, next one.
And it went like...
This is good.
Cool. So yeah, this is an interesting one. It's fashion e-com, and sometimes with fashion e-com it can get a bit repetitive.
Yep.
And I think these guys have done a really good job of showing the actual user journey of someone, browsing the website, having a look at, okay, this is what the model looks like. How will it look like on me? It's literally playing that, like it's literally illustrating that. So it then, it goes from the, it's so easy to do. Like, they've taken a video of the screen, a desktop screen, and then it's cut to user generated content, spliced with some, like model content as well.
Yep.
But it's answering all those questions. It's like showing it on a model, and it's really it's showing like different sizes as well of people wearing it, and different, and you know, it's probably it's communicating that it's athlete. You can see the copy in their custom suit athleisure fabric. So
Yeah.
it's not like they're just walking around in their suit holding a briefcase or sitting down at a table. They're doing push-ups. They're actually, you know, proving what they're saying. And one other thing as well that I love is that they've gone, you know, between showing the video of the model on the screen and the UGC, people wearing it, they've got like the actual, you know, the package arriving and the unboxing element of it there.
Yep.
So it's really showing that whole journey, but also proving, yes, this is what we can actually do what we say we do.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, it goes back to, I don't know if it's theory or consumer psychology or whatever it is. You can call it whatever the hell you want, but the idea of turning a product into an experience is something that a lot of like pioneers in the e-com world kind of talk about. Like, what's your unboxing experience like? What's your post-purchase experience like? Do you make it easy for customers to refer you to other people, and what's that experience like? So all those experiential stuff, this ad is showing you the outcome and the experience that you get by going with them as the provider of your custom suit, right? So when you're comparing your brand, like, so let's say that you're a suit brand and you're comparing yourself against, and you've got a consumer that's comparing yourself against this competitor and yourself, they're probably going to pick the one that is showing better outcomes, better solutions, better experiences on the back end of them purchasing the product. You might have a better product and you might have a better experience, but if you're not showing that and people aren't aware of that before they purchase, they're going to be swayed to purchase from the people that suggest that they have the better experience. So I think that that's really important. I think that this can also extend to, like, it's not just fashion. I really think that it's probably applicable to all e-com brands, like thinking like skincare, even going past like e-com and going to like, hey, are you like, let's just go wild. Let's say that you're like a travel agent and you've got, you know, someone on their phone, like booking everything. And then all of a sudden they're on holidays and they're, you know, going away and having a good time. So all of that experience-based stuff, turning what you think is a mundane product. If you think you've got a mundane product, it's providing a solution, film that solution experience and push it in and clip it up like this video has. I think that'd be good.
Definitely. And with that as well, you could even have, like the great thing about this ad as well, aside from, you know, the journey it takes you on and the variety, is the opening hook. It's a video like taken on your phone of a desktop screen, which you don't see that often. It looks crappy.
Yep.
It's unique and it grabs your attention. So, you know, for your example, for like a travel agent, they could start with that, and then, okay, we don't have any other content to use. That's okay. They could then use some stock videos or what.
Yep.
Because like the great thing is they'll be able to capture people through that.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, awesome. What's the next one? Yeah.
So yeah, this ad is, it's very like bottom of funnel focused, and it's really, you know, chatting through some of those, like I guess their service selling points, where it's the, you know, the reviews, what they've been featured in,
Yep.
and it's very simple to create.
Yep.
These guys, yet, you know, it's quite hi-fi production that they've got, but this is something that any brand could really do. Even just literally just using photography from their creative base. The fact that the opening of it has been that, you know, it's sold out X amount of times, immediately it's driving that kind of like scarcity that, okay, this is probably going to sold out.
Yeah.
I need to jump on it right away. At the same time, be showing, okay, well, this is, if it's sold out 10 times, then it must be a good product.
Yes. Yep.
Again,
there's a social proof, right?
Social proof, yeah. And then it's connecting that up with the reviews, and then, you know, it's giving them some recognizable names who stand by it. I think a really good clean ad simplifies, says everything that you want when you're at that bottom of funnel. And also with ads, you want to make sure that you've got a variety of some that are talking to like people who have no idea that they're even, you know, problem aware. You've also got ones which are, they know exactly what they need. They know that they need new cookware. They haven't found your brand, they haven't gone to your website, but because they've gone to a competitor's site, they're now getting fed your ads. So what is it that's going to make you stand out?
Yep.
And this ad does a fantastic job of it.
Yep. I agree. Let's have a look at the next one. Very simple, isn't it?
Very, very simple. So it's literally, and I know like everyone is always playing user-generated content videos in fashion and, you know, the jewelry. It's, yeah, showing earrings, and there's only so much you can really show for it. These guys have done a great job of, okay, we've got all this content, but we're smashing people with it. We need something a bit different. And we also, given how much, you know, in the past few years, it's moved to video first, but also like vertical first. So like your real
Yep.
stories. What that means though is that there's probably less attention going into the actual, like, you know, copy and the captions.
Yep.
And more so, okay, well, how can we add context to the video, the visual itself? And so they've done a great job of, and this is super easy to do in Canva. The way they've done it is, yeah, they've got the UGC video there, or a model video. It could be whatever. But then
Yep.
they've added, you know, something like 5 reasons you need flat back earrings. It's made it almost a bit editorial.
Yep.
It's got, at the same time, it's showing the key selling points. So if you were just to see that video by itself, you wouldn't know any of these 5 points that they've put in here.
Yes. Yep.
At the same time, it's also showing, you know, what it looks like, literally the product looks like as well when you have it in your hand.
Yep. And it's like, you can see as you're reading through those reasons or those like over those 5 reasons, it's not necessarily like another way to view that is those are like 5 solutions. So if your product solves problems, and if your product doesn't solve problems, then you've probably got a bad product.
Yeah.
Your product will solve problems. They're not 5 reasons, they're 5 solutions. So position those reasons as good, valid solutions, and have the UGC video showing you those solutions. So you can see she's gone through and put it in. It's very easy. It's poke free, headphone and AirPod friendly. You can see that, you know, she could very easily put headphones in. All of those things are being demonstrated by the UGC. So you're like visually backing it up. So it's like almost better than an editorial where it's just all text or primarily text based. And you can actually see that. The only thing I would comment on with this ad is that with vertical creatives, you have to be very, very careful that you don't put stuff behind the overlay of the platform that you're advertising on. So for example, if we were advertising on Instagram, there's going to be a little section where all of your likes, comments, reposts, and shares are going to be, which is going to be on the bottom right-hand corner. You don't want to have text behind that. At the top as well, where their brand name is also going to be like a grayed out bar for some people, where it will show like the profile. So when I'm looking at this, some of that information there is going to get lost. I would probably try and move it closer into the center or into those safe zones. But yeah, otherwise this is a pretty good ad. I like it.
Yeah, and if it was like, you know, if they have a feed version as well, maybe
Yes.
it's worth them having one where maybe they have just 3 selling points instead of the 5 or something like that.
Yep.
But yeah, love the concept.
Awesome.
If you understand sneakers, you start to understand squeaking, which leads to hardwood and the art of Kareem's famous skyhook. So you get how flying works, carbon, and our constantly changing world, which takes you to human evolution, which was shaped by chewing. And if you understand the appeal of gum and you realize how much of it is on our streets, you understand why some people never wear their favorite sneakers.
I love this ad. It's from the New York Times, as you can see. And yeah, it's not typically e-commerce, but what I love about it is that it's doing, and it's always hard to find that balance of performance and brand. And I think these guys do an excellent job with this video of it, where it's quick, fast paced, like it sparks curiosity immediately.
Yeah.
And it, at the same time, has the New York Times branding threaded throughout it. Also, talking back to the performance element, fantastic in that, and I wonder, and I hope this is what they're doing, is that they've got multiple versions of this video where it's not just talking to sneakers.
Right.
And we know that these days Meta is like, the algorithm itself is doing the creative is doing the targeting rather, the actual audience settings.
Yeah.
So by identifying who their audience is straight away, sneakerheads or
Yeah.
people who have an interest in sneakers, maybe they're shopping for sneakers, straight away they've been hooked in. And then it's taking them through a journey of, oh my God, okay, this is all happening. Okay, wow, okay. And then it goes back to sneakers. What just happened to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, what an experience to have.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely what the New York Times want their readers to have.
Yeah.
So I would love to see if they have, they're not running this ad anymore, I don't believe. But I would love to see, if they had different variations for different niches.
Yeah. Yeah.
One for car enthusiasts or for people maybe with skin conditions and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
so many niches.
100%. And I think this is probably, out of the 10 ads that we've got, this is probably the most high production one that we've got that would be harder for you to achieve. But this is an example of what I would suggest is a brand that carries a lot of authority, that requires creative that also carries that. So if the New York Times was to run ads with AI in it, there would probably be a lot of trouble. The people that are interested in the New York Times would be very allergic almost to that. So you've got to know your customer. You've got to know what they expect from you. That's ultimately what branding is, right? Is matching customer expectation with the experience that you're providing them, both visually, emotionally, verbally. Like all of that is your branding. So if you've got a luxury or high-end brand, you are unfortunately going to need to go after these styles of creatives where there's a lot higher production budget. But in saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if the New York Times also has more UGC-based content. It's good. I like this. Higher budget. If you've got it, try this one. It's good.
This one, just a simple static. But I love it because it is the way it's been created looks like it's someone's reposted it. Like a friend's shown it. It's super organic, super authentic, but it's also showing the unboxing element of it. So it's got, and a bit of like a secret. What I find that works really well in ads, it's so simple to do, is just have a box in the background.
Yep.
If you sell, e-commerce, but just having the packaging in the background, there's something about it that, I don't know, it just activates some part of the brain where people are just like, oh my God, I want this. And what this has done is, it's obviously got the box in the background, but it's showing the variety of products that they have. And coming across in a real authentic way. So and for this, it's probably more like a bottom of funnel style ad that it would, bottom of funnel audience would resonate with. But absolutely, if you have an e-commerce brand, trying to get footage just like this, you'd have.
And you don't have to pay influencers. You could do it yourself.
Yes.
Go and get your boxes and your packaging and all your products and lay them out exactly like this customer has done. And then the fonts that they're using and the squiggly line underneath it, that would all be done within, I think this is Instagram personally. It would all be done within Instagram. Screenshot it and then upload it to your ads manager. Super simple way to do things. That use of native fonts, like on platform fonts, on platform stickers, that drawing there with your finger, super natural, super native to the platform. So I like this one as well. I like it. And I think the difference between this in 2024 or 2023 and this now in 2025 is exactly what you were saying with like, hey, go and grab a box, go and show the experience. I think experience and targeted customer personas is like the biggest thing that you could be doing in 2025, as well as everything we've mentioned, like AI, using high quality video where needed, UGC, all of that. But with the catalyst of what's the experience that the customer is going to get. I think that's, you could sit here and armchair critic and go, well, I wonder why that is, and go, it could very well be due to people's tightening budgets and they want more bang for their buck, and more bang for their buck doesn't just exist within the framework of the product, right? It can exist in the whole experience. And so if people are looking for that, they expect that. If you're not delivering that, that's a whole other thing. Your return customer rate's going to be a problem. But if you're not showing that on the front end, version rates will decrease. That's what we're finding at the moment anyway. So it's good. Let's have a look at the next one. Step one.
Step one, box.
Yep.
So I love this ad because it's basically a bit of a Frankenstein where it's kind of just like got everything in there that you want. And so it's starting off with a really like bold headline, the
Yep.
best underpants I've ever worn. They just, you know, they probably just made this to quote up, but
Sure.
it's something which is, oh my God, okay. And then that's, you know, real scroll stopper.
Yep.
They've got the products right there that they're talking to. And again, this is something you could easily do in Canva.
Yep.
You know, it's added some shadows to the product itself, so it really pops out. And then they've got 4 unique selling points on it
Yep.
there. And like with these selling points as well, what I hate is when brands do selling points like great customer service or, you know, high quality. Like it's so vague and
Yep.
confusing. But these guys, like you can see, okay, bamboo viscose, I think is how you say it.
Yep.
What the fabric is, no shave panels, first pair guarantee, 3D pouch. Like these are all, you know, selling points which are very particular to this type of product, but also unique in the market as well. So
Yep.
it really is leaning in on the unique part of unique selling point. And then below, they've got their, you know, 5 stars, over 50,000 real 5-star reviews. So, you know, again, instead of just having like just 5 stars, which a lot of other brands do, it can be a bit vague and overdone. They're actually saying, well, it's actually come from 50,000 people, which, and they're just saying it, but I would say that would make a big difference compared to just showing the 5 stars.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that there's 2 things that resonate with me on this one, is that call out of the best underpants I've ever worn. In the ever approaching age of AI only knows what like exists on the internet. So AI can't think for itself. It's doing its thing. It's basically like auto correcting itself until it gets to an outcome. So when you go into, or your potential customers go into AI and go, who has the best underpants? Or I've got these particular problems, who has the best underpants for me? If you on your website and in your advertising do not communicate that you're the best for this particular reason or for these particular solutions, AI is not going to know that. Your customers aren't going to know that, right? So by positioning yourself as the authority, believing in yourself, and then telling people that you believe in yourself and that you believe that you're the authority by saying something like the best underpants I've ever worn, that is something that you should do, I believe. The only critique I have of this ad is that bamboo viscose does not mean anything to me. It would be good to understand what instead of with your USPs, I believe you have to be a little bit careful that you don't want to say something that's either going to confuse people or be irrelevant. So instead of like bamboo viscose, I'd say like breathable material, or high quality and breathable or something like that. The 3D pouch, you could go super tongue in cheek with this, and I can guarantee you'd have a way higher click through rate than just saying 3D pouch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
First pair guarantee, that makes sense. The benefit is outlined in the guarantee part. That makes sense. And the no chafe panels, that's better, right? It's not saying polyester panels, right? So that would be those would be like kind of my two takeaways from this one. But I like this one as well. It's good.
Yeah. So this is also for that same supplement brand. And what I love about this is that it's giving you value immediately. It's also very conscious of the fact that, people aren't looking, especially in stories, like you need to add some context. And if it was just a video or if it was just saying 10 things to stop doing if you want to shrink your belly, click to our website to learn more. People are primarily on these platforms to see what their friends are up to see memes, to be updated in news and events. They don't necessarily want to be advertised to, or especially have to go click through to a website and wait and then read through something at the deal, pop-ups, all of that jazz. So this is great in that immediately, they're captured with 10 things to stop doing. Okay, if you want to shrink your belly, wow, I want to read this. And it's listed all right there. So it's almost like a bit of an infographic. And there's creating value, but the actual, like, if you see like the points here, the 10 things: not trying this science-backed formula, forgetting to hydrate, quitting too soon, ignoring stress and cortisol, like following trends as strategy. It's not really actually promoting directly the product itself.
Yep. Yep.
It's got the product right there, and
Yep.
it's captured that audience there who's like, okay, well, this is something I'm interested in,
Yep.
and then they can click through to get to be able to help with those goals.
Yep. It's super interesting. This here is reminding me of, I think it was a study that Neil Patel did that was basically like, what's the most shared, because in the SEO world, this is completely diverging from the topic. But in the SEO world, you've obviously got your backlinks. If you have more backlinks, which is essentially people referring to your website and linking through to your website, the more authoritative Google sees your key website as, your initial website as. A whole lot of conjecture around that. I don't want to go into it. The long story short is Neil Patel released a study about what was the thing that people were more likely to share or more likely to refer those backlinks to. It was all infographics. This here is a piece of content that I would either save, right? Because it's something that I want to come back to in the future, which is a positive signal to then Meta, Instagram, etc., Facebook. But then also you could share it, right? So I don't know if you'd share it to your friends because that might be a little bit a little bit funny, but maybe it's a partner, right? Maybe it's someone that, you know, you've had this conversation with, all of a sudden an ad's popped up, right? That's showing you the thing that you were just talking about last night, and you go share it with your partner because it's something that is interesting and relevant to you. So makes sense. Infographic stuff, I think, works quite well.
Yeah.
It's good.
So this one here, I should start off by saying I love the color yellow in ads. I think it's really underutilized. If I was to start a brand, I would make sure that yellow is the main color.
Yep.
I don't know about you, but I don't know. There's something about it that just like, maybe it is biased. I need to obviously do some A/B testing first. If I was to.
Yeah.
But it just stands out so well. But what I actually love about this ad is the button they've got. And also, I guess, you know, lines of the text as well. Descript makes it easy. And I think Descript is, the company that's running this ad. They do like, it's like a video editing platform. But it's like this, you know, this is just like a stock image that they've used pretty much. Or it could, you know, it's something which you could easily do for your own business. And what, you know, at the end of the day, for so many products, or the majority of products, is like you're wanting to purchase something to make your life easier. Well, a vast number of products are. So it's like, okay, well, how could you apply this to your business? So for example, if it was, well, even going back to the example before, it was talking about like belly fat, it could be, instead of edit video, the button says lose belly fat.
Yep.
You know, if you're wanting to get financial advice, it's get financial advice. So it's really very simple concept. I'm surprised. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh, aren't more people running this type of ad? And yeah, I love that it's really, you know, I look at this, I'm like, this, you know, if I was in the market to do some video editing, this makes it look pretty simple, because I usually think, oh, it's got to be so overwhelming, take forever to do. I just want something easy. And this ad really communicates that.
Yep. And one thing here as well, produce more, collaborate better, and look and sound professional. Those are all experiential, like solution-based benefits, right? It's got nothing to do with easy to use tool.
Yeah.
Right? Like cost effective. Like it's not those things. It's all about the experience. It's all about the solution. So the more you can, and I like, honestly, I would, if you're a fan of AI, if you're not a fan of AI, you should be very quickly. I would just go into AI and say something. If you're struggling with this and about how to like pull, here's my actual benefits, or here's the actual USPs of the product, how can I refer to the benefits or the solutions? Go into AI and say, look, here's my ideal customer. This is my product. These are the problems that it solves. What's my core USPs? It will then list out them as solution-based. And if it doesn't, then correct it and say, I want these to be solution or experience-based. And you'll you don't have to sit there and think about it for hours and hours. You can just have a look at that, and then that will spur you on, and you can start getting in that rhythm of going, no, I'm not talking about my product from a technical standpoint. I'm talking about it from an experiential standpoint. Yeah. So it's good. I like this.
And this is the final one, I think. Yep. So this is, again, like, looking, it makes it, well, not again, but like one of the key, or one of the elements that I think, you know, really makes ads stand out is having really leaning into authenticity and native platforms as well. And so this is essentially what someone would post on. So this is an ad on Meta, but
Mhm.
it's meant to look like a screenshot taken from X slash.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the great thing about this is that it can be done with any brand really, because
Yeah.
what we've got is like some UG. I think it could have been AI that actually got for that photo down there. It does look a bit AI-ish, but
I reckon the profile looks pretty AI-ish. And I think that image looks pretty AI-ish.
absolutely. But even the photo of it is like, yeah, but it could be, you know, let's say you have like a drinks brand, that would be
Yeah.
great, you know, holding a can of drink, and then you've got, yeah, piece, and like this actually isn't like a quote or a thing, but it's actually, you know, not really claiming that Victoria feels this way. It said, yeah, essay, flying with a toddler, don't board pop pop, we go through a 6-hour flight with no meltdowns, baby shark on repeat, calm, crave, offline, and it actually works. It's not too salesy. It's talking about the problems that you have on a flight with a child or with a toddler.
Yeah.
And yeah, comes through as being very legit. That
Yeah.
okay, Victoria really, it really stands by this.
100%. One thing that I've seen work quite well, if you've got a good, strong existing customer base and you're well known, is sticky notes. It's super weird. It's super interesting, but for some reason, and I think it's because we've got an association with sticky notes as like a to-do list, something important. It's a note that I should be paying attention to. So as soon as you see a sticky note in your feed, when you're scrolling through, it's like something that you've always like, what's the word? Associated. That's what. Something you've always associated with. This is important. So you write, like, I've seen a lot of people do it for like sales. If they're doing like a flash sale for 24 hours, it's like, here's a sticky note. I've got a sticky note and I'm holding it up to the camera. And either you're holding the product or you're in your warehouse or something that's familiar to people where if they've been following you for a while and they haven't converted, that kind of thing converts really well. Plain text with images, I think, is something that is really easy to do at scale, is really easy to test, and you should definitely do it. I think the evidence is very much there that it is a good thing.
Yeah, and I've run ads that uses that the sticky note type ad against one that costs, you know, probably about $2,000 to $3,000 to create, like a produce. Sticky note smashed it.
Yep.
Took 20 seconds to do. I did it myself.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, that's the 10 videos and images, the 10 creatives that we think are kind of showing you what we've found is working quite well in Meta in 2025, those different creative types. Again, a lot of it you can do yourself, either, you know, shooting yourself, shooting with friends and family, editing in Canva, getting AI to do the heavy lifting for you. All of the barrier to entry to good performing creative is significantly less in 2025. So you need a wider variety of it. That's probably the best and easiest way to explain that. If you're interested on how you structure that variety in your account, again, that video from a couple of weeks back is going to be the best one for you to go and have a look at after this. But yeah, if you've got any questions about any more ads that we find work or ads that we find work well for different niches, we'd love to nerd out with you. Ask away in the comments, or if you'd like to book a call with us, you can do so in the description. I'll put a link in there. Otherwise, we'll see you again in the next video. Thanks, guys.